And welcome, settlers, back to an unboxed video for the game Sine Tempore. So I'm not going to go into as much detail about like the overall feeling that I have for like the components or the game or the company or how the Kickstarter went. A lot of that is covered in the other two videos, the black hole box and the core box unboxed videos. So they'll cover sort of the maybe the greater nuances that I spoke to about how I think the whole campaign went, but I'm probably going to touch on them again in here, so I apologize, but if there's anything that you feel I missed, jump into those other videos. The links are in the description below for both of those. All the links that I will eventually make for all the expansions will slowly build up in the description below. So if you're not seeing all of them, it's just because I'm slowly making them. So I keep saying Silico, but it's Silicio. Frozen Planet. The boards that you see in here and the miniatures that you see in here is everything that comes in the expansion box for Silicio, but there are some components that came up through the stretch goals of the campaign that can be used in this game, and they kind of address it in the black hole box rulebook, and they also kind of talked to it about they talked about it in the rulebook here, and it's kind of in these orange boxes around the rulebooks. Some of the materials directly connected to Silicio, unlocked as stretch goals during the Kickstarter campaign, are contained in the black hole box. In particular, the model for using A.D.E with Andromeda 2.0, the crash site tile map, the Andromeda 1.0 model, and so on. So if there's things in here that you're reading, it's like, where's that plastic model? Go to your black hole box if you're a backer, and if you're not a backer, it comes with specific items. Like this is Andromeda 1.0. There's an actual model for her in the black hole box, and you can check her out in the video for the black hole box unboxed. All right, so overall, a smaller. This is probably the third largest of all the boxes for the game. The biggest box being the black hole, the next biggest box would be the core, and then this would be the third largest. Going to go down in size probably, as you'll see as these videos come in, chronologically as they come out. But maybe I'll do two expansion boxes together because I'm going to have a lot of space on the table in this frame to be able to cover. So there's three punch boards total. It doesn't hold the map tiles. It holds all the other cardboard pieces and the 3D elements, which I'll talk about. So map tiles. See one side with this massive skull of who knows what. It looks like a human skull, but that's a large human, and that might be in the story, so don't want to spoil any of that. A little over frozen, looks like some type of crashed other things, or the ice has taken over a more technological society. You can see perhaps a claw that might be connected to this guy right here. Let's see, I should be able to, yeah. So let's say that I had this like that, or like that. Almost looks like as if whatever died there, that's all that's left behind. But great artwork, as you can see, very vibrant, as I've said before, for the other games. So I have nothing but kudos to say to the Ludus Magnus Studios for making sure that the quality of the boards and the artwork and the prints carry over to the expansions. So all this stuff is double-sided with, I don't know if you necessarily call them double-sided when they're the same thing on both sides. But they have art on both sides, so I'll stick with that. So more map connector tiles to make various combinations based on the same side. based on the campaign or the encounters that you have. So overall, there's a total of 5 campaign missions, and then there is 4 of those exploration missions. So, and then there's one, again, a third map tile that comes in the black hole box that will kind of flesh out some of the missions that you're able to play with the game. All right. Terrain pieces. I found out that I didn't really do this for the other unboxing videos, and I apologize for that. Maybe people actually want to see the cards up close, and I cycle through them sometimes, but I think I missed a lot of chances and opportunities to flash some of the cards in front of the camera to give everybody a chance to, if they so choose, to pause and look at these cards. But in the black hole box, there was a massive stack of cards. So the cards itself probably would have taken a good 10 minutes of video time just to go through there. So there's Andromeda 1.0, again, model in the black hole box. These are the orc that are refugees or fugitives on the planet. A lot of story elements in there to solidify their place. The BABOOM and then the BABOOM. I just watched the movie Ad Astra last night, and there is a baboon in that movie that is extremely aggravated and angry. All right, and then the A.D.E and then A.D.E Infernal. I think the artwork on these, while really good, are really dark. Kind of hard to make out, especially for their activation tokens. And you can see the artwork is pretty dark. It's going to be hard to tell exactly which one of those are related to the scenario, but maybe this black border will help, because like the heroes have a white border and then other enemies have red borders, so it might just be the dark with a little white dot. All right, so not a lot of tokens. These are all the tokens. So you got some cryo here with loot boxes on the other side. You got the activation tokens, and then you got these supplemental tokens for the miniatures, if you so choose. If you didn't get the black hole box, I imagine that they may go to retail on some of the, maybe the core box and then some of the expansions, but the black hole box is the Kickstarter exclusive stuff. All right, 3 new wounds, 3 new serious wounds. Resources. It's definitely a lot of energy cells. I think primarily the resources are energy cells in the game. And then I'll talk about these pages over here to the right. Those are the PDF files that I've been talking about with what you need to download to verify what your contents are. So 4 missions. Enemy draft cards. And then event cards. So that is all the cards. All right, so turrets. There is probably 3 to 4 times the amount of turrets in this set. Maybe 2 to 3 times as many turrets in this set as there are in the core box and the black hole box. So these would be these guys here, which I feel like this should have been what I did on the previous videos. I should have held up the 3D elements and then the cards with them, perhaps something like that. So you got ice turret and fire turret. And again, the turrets are really nice. As I've said in previous video, you might want to glue the bottom of those if you think you're not going to want to have to take these apart. I'm not going to take these apart every time. I'm just going to, and it's what's required for this game. So it'd be interesting to see if the community latches onto. There are quick insert companies, Broken Token, Daedalus Productions I use a lot. I love Daedalus Productions stuff. But this is one of those games that if you don't want to buy those inserts, reboxing videos I think would be great to show the community how do you rebox or how do you organize. They probably call them storage solutions or organizing solutions or something, but I don't think they call them reboxings a lot. So I might make a series of videos to start that trend about reboxing board games. This one's going to have a huge challenge reboxing. Just like all games that don't have the greatest of inserts, I think Mechs versus Minions from the League of Legends guys, Riot, I think it's Riot Games, that box tray and being able to get all the components back in is probably by far the best that I've seen. That is a in the box, straight from the sale that you purchase, no aftermarket purchase needed to restore everything. So look at that game if you want to see some awesome reboxing capability of your game. But this is one of those that does not have a great reboxing. So a lot of this stuff that you see out here is going to be in a plastic tote. I'll kind of show you what I've got currently. This is all, I have everything in this tote because the other two boxes that I have are completely filled with the contents. So I've got my tokens in a couple of trays. I've got all my 3D elements kind of inside the other 3D elements. You can kind of see there's more down there. And then in the very bottom, I've got my trees, or my mushrooms, and down in here I've got some cards. But I'm going to have to go to a larger one of these boxes because this is full with the core box and the black hole box contents that I can't get any more in here. It is filled to the brim. So from this point on, I'm going to have to get probably a double wide of one of these. It's the next size up from one of these boxes and store everything in it that way. And those primarily 3D elements and tokens. So, I mean, it is what it is. And I've chosen not to put it, disassemble everything. So, stalactites. Yeah, this is what I should have done with the other videos. Learning as I go. I mean, I've made enough videos of unboxings that I should probably get better at these as I go. I remember watching a video by, what was his name? Technically Perfect, I think. If I'm saying that wrong, I'll put a correction in the description below. But he made a video about how horrible or how basic most unboxing videos are. So every time I make these videos, I think I'm one of those. And I'm not, I'm not professional. I'm not being paid to do this. I don't monetize my videos. So, I mean, I feel like I'm just doing people a disservice by opening up a box and just, this is cool plastic. Oh, look at the boards, they're cool. But I still end up doing it anyway, so I always harken back to what that poster said about unboxing videos. Alright, so let's hold up these two miniatures. There's not a lot of different types of miniatures in this one as there are in the black hole box and the core box. So you have 10 of these BABOOMs or BABOOMs, depending on which one that you're looking at. And then there are 5 of these orcs. And then kind of like orcs. like that. And if you guys don't realize, most of the cards, if not all the cards in Sine Tempore for their models, these are both the same model, but they are different types of orcs, different types of babooms, bad booms. You've got the temple guards, and then you've got veteran guards, and all the cards, different color schemes, you know, different skins, different stats. That's great. Usually you'll have maybe just one card, but they've got different cards for that. All right, that is all the 3D elements. That is all the tokens. That's the boards. That's the map connectors, and then the final piece is the A.D.E. So this piece easily comes off. So when you get yours, it's okay if it kind of topples off and things fall out of there. So it's just for ease of getting in and out the pieces that make up the A.D.E. So you've got the A.D.E. Still great amounts of detail in the plastic and the mold. The sculpt, almost every sculpt in Sine Tempore is an action pose. This one probably could have been a little bit more action posy, but possibly running forward. But I mean, mechs are usually just, you know, hulking behemoths. So the shoulder pads come off so that you can change out the bust for the Andromeda 2.0. That she can collect parts of this mech, of the A.D.E., and as she collects them, she can then, you know, take control of it. So you can see down here these cards, which are in the black hole box, and she collects these, and then eventually makes this mech available to her. All right, so again, a couple pages of, I mean, spoiler alerts for all these pages because you're going to see the victory defeat conditions, but you've got your 4 exploration and then your 5 overall campaign missions. These are still not 100% correct, at least in this guy. So there's 3 files that are available right now, and this guy doesn't really do much for you because it's still in error, still erroneous. So just make sure the ones that you get are the most current one. This one I'm finding so far is the most correct for components list that I've used. So make sure you're using that one, this one, and not the other one. What you're not going to get that you do get in the other one is the actual component names, the card names. So in there it says that you've got 8 resource cards, and that's a correction. So go to your Silicio book. I keep saying Silico. See down there at the bottom, it still says 9 resource cards, but you can clearly see that there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 resource cards. So that's correct. So I know that that inventory is good. That other one that showed me all the component lists, I believe that was an older one when they, you know, before they made modifications to the contents, or they just got the contents list wrong. That's what most people have had kind of an issue with, is trying to find out, you know, what the actual components list should be, and should it be correct. So just make sure you're downloading the most current updated PDF, and I'm finding this one is the most current right now, and that is version 1.0, August 7th, 2019, paper components list. And then also within the files that you can get on, I'll put the link down in the description below. You'll also find a errata document for all the rule books, core rule book there, campaign book, Pandora, Black Hole, the Crone. I don't know if you can even see that, if I'm going through it too quickly. Let's see if there's anything for Silicio. Doesn't look like there's anything for Silicio. So I guess I'm in the clear. Yeah, KYRONE. Alright, so everything in Silicio, and that's talking about the actual written text. So you can see here in the core box campaign book, they may want you to change things or just be aware of it. And then everything back here in the back are a bunch of frequently asked questions. So good documents to kind of help you out in areas of concern. Alright, and then there, lastly, you've got your new map for Silicio. And then your ship for your colony phase, upgradable ship. The only thing that I don't, there it is, okay. So you can see generic cards and then Silicio specific mission cards. So I was showing you, if you notice in the core game unboxing, that I was trying to figure out the generic symbol for determining what mission cards you should put in based on where you're picking on the map. But those symbols are fairly useful. So overall, I'm a changed perspective. I have a changed perspective on the overall quality. I'm giving it a 4 out of 5 in the quality rating. The reason it doesn't have as 5 is just for the component listed reasons, like what they have printed in the rulebook and then what you actually have made things a little bit difficult. Excited to get into more games. I'll be making gameplay videos as soon as I possibly can. But overall, I am happy with what I've got in my pledge. I know that there are some individuals, based on the shipping company that Ludus Magnus Studio used, there was some issues with shipping and some damaged boxes, but Luca with Ludus Magnus Studio has been very active in the comments section. So if you have any claims that you want to put in for replacement parts, replacement boxes, replacement anything, go to ludusmagnusstudio.zendisk.com. The description's down here, and check out what they can provide to submit the things that you need. And then you can look at all the rule books, the most up-to-date rule books that they have in PDF format. You can see over here off camera a little bit, I actually ended up printing my own other rule book, and just so that I can pass it around the table as we're playing. So, any questions, please send them my way. If I need to make a separate video to answer all specific questions about components, about what I think about the game itself, please leave them in the descriptions and I'll get back to you. I'm pretty active. Phone gives me plenty of notifications anytime a new comment comes across the video. So thanks for watching. I really appreciate you watching the videos. Check out the other ones if you haven't seen the black hole box and the core box unboxings. Those links are also in the description below. And thank you again, and I'll see you on the next unboxing, which will be, let's do Pandora. Pandora will be the next one, but as you come in to view these videos, you may have access to all of them, so please check them out. All right, thanks.